I'm gonna make this one quick, short, and simple. I guess kiss. Keep it keep it simple, stupid. You hear me? But I'll never call you stupid. Ever. That ain't right. But you get the not you get the metaphor. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You hear me? Old school game, old heads put me on. But listen, man, I wanted to speak about the inner reservoir, right? The inner strength, the inner power. Especially if you're trying to raise your vibration or you trying to lower your vibration. I mean, everything in moderation, to each his own, right? But you can't get caught up in this chat GPT, make it easy for me, short attention span as well, right? Now, if you're trying to step into a higher vibration, I mean, like I say, to each his own. But when you use things outside you, it's gonna always handicap you, always be a crutch in the long run, right? Whether you got financial problems, physical problems, intentional, emotional, mental, or spiritual problems, it all starts and is all wired from within yourself, right? And every time you run to the option of having some outside help, you always cushion that blow. And whenever it's time to take that blow again, you might get knocked out or get KO'd, forever KO'd. You know what I'm saying? Because you wanna use things outside you. You don't want to go inside yourself and do the inner work. And every time you go inside yourself and you do the inner work and you build your inner reservoir, that returns you and bring you more and more to your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? And the more, for example, true peace is not in no blunt. You know what I'm saying? True currency is not a paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? True peace is having a sound mind and a peace of mind. You understand what I'm saying? Not hitting the blunt, but if you run to the blunt every time and then you say that you got a peace of mind, what are you without it? You understand? You haven't built that in the reservoir. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, let's say, you on steroids and you about to go fight somebody. But the dude you fighting, he don't got nothing to lose. His family members and everybody got burnt up inside the house. You think them steroids gonna help you? Is not, because the way that he built his inner reservoir has way more of a greater structure than you do, because you use steroids, you use this aid. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't have a specific topic and I have a specific direction I'm trying to go with this message, right? But if you're trying to return to your higher self, your God body, then you can't be utilizing any outside resources unless it's required. That piece goes into the puzzle. Hold on, y'all. But if you constantly going over you constantly getting in certain situations, and you go run an alcohol or blunts or pills, you go watch a YouTube video or go get something to eat to comfort yourself, you're not literally building no real inner reservoir. You're just building up copes. You're building up mechanisms that could help you escape out the reality when you need to sit there and justify that emotion or deal with what you're going through. One thing I learned, bro, about elevating, okay, for example, right? I'm going through my little situation and stuff like that. If I constantly call people to help me, I would never learn how to get myself out of the situation. I would never learn how to swim if I constantly ask people to pull me out the water when it gets over my head or by my neck. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like when your parents kick you in the water and you learn how to swim. They didn't throw you no life vests. They didn't throw you no rope. They didn't even jump their ass in the water to pull you out. You swam out. You learned how to swim, right? So that's the same thing through the emotional life, the intentional life, the spiritual life, and also the physical life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got dudes out here, they got BBLs in they biceps, but can't lift up 80 pounds. Can't even lift up their body weight and do 15 push-ups. They don't have that inner reservoir. They don't got that dog. You know what I'm saying? They ain't build that regime. They ain't build that heat. They ain't build that flame. And they trying to figure out why they always getting scorched. Use the microwave. Let it marinate. Couldn't get as hot as the oven get. You feel me? You can't be utilizing anything outside you. There's a time and a place for everything, okay? Yeah, your goddamn ass got out of a car accident. Yeah, you need you some icy hot. Yeah, yeah. You feel me? But guess what? If you ain't getting that accident, you don't need that icy hot to stay cool. You gotta utilize your inner facility and learn how to build up your composure. You know what I'm saying? And build some boundaries and learn what you're not gonna tolerate and what you will celebrate and what you will not tolerate. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to return to the higher self, this how I look at it. To each his own, right? Every time you use something outside of you that's in this realm of reality to help you get over a situation, is either you're going to stay the same or you're pretty much going to go down. You're not going to fully get over the situation. When you go within yourself and you assign and you assess and you know what I'm saying, you evaluate your inner work, your inner workings, your energy, your intentions, your energy, your emotions, you know what I'm saying, and you deal with that from within instead of like everybody else to get high, get drunk, or get laid, or go get something to eat to pass by that emotion till it surface up again. If you don't deal with it, it's gonna continue to pop up to the surface, and you're gonna continue to find yourself going down in frequency. But when you go within yourself and you find the answers, you find the cure, you find what's going to be the best option to figure out this solution. When you go within yourself, then you elevate, then you ascend, then you get off that level. But when you constantly go and you on a situation, you're trying to step into the upper echelons and you're trying to elevate, but you constantly going to these attachments of the earthly realm, that's what keep you attached to the earthly realm. But when you go within yourself, because you're supposed to store your treasures in heaven, because no rust, dust, or man can touch that. So always store your treasures in heaven, and heaven is within you. And if your mind state and your life is in shambles, then you are in hell. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta wash your Achilles. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wash your heel. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how this world gonna attack you and chink at your armor and keep you down. You constantly going through eternal situations and you utilizing things outside this realm of reality which have a lower vibration, what may help you get over the situation, but not out of the thought pattern that put you into the situation, or that will help you fully extinguish the situation. But when you go within yourself, you understand what I'm saying. You find these answers, these context clues. You know what I'm saying. You do some inner work. A lot of people don't want to do the shadow work or deal with the dark night of the soul. You understand what I'm saying. They rather go run to some things outside of them. But when you go within yourself and you deal with yourself and you sit with yourself and you sit still, you understand what I'm saying? You find the answers within you, then you elevate beyond the level that everybody that set these situations or the scenario up try to keep you stayed on. They go lower and you go higher every time. Like I say, everything in moderation. If your ass just got out of a NASCAR crash, crash call, yeah, you need some icy hot and you need to go lay your ass down. You know what I'm saying? But if not, you need to go within yourself, because just like you could ride around on the concrete outside you in your car, you need to be paving the inner world and the inner roads within you. And a lot of people don't even have that. A lot of people still got dirt roads within themselves. You understand what I'm saying? But I just wanted to make this video about upper echelons and raising your vibratory state, especially when you're going through situations and stuff like that. And we find that we could go lean on the things, you know what I'm saying? But when you go through it yourself and you figure it out yourself, you know, you could cover all bases because you know you in and out. You know you more than anybody. I don't want to hear that, oh, I know you more than you know yourself. No, you don't. You just know the me that you've been creeping on with your creep ass. You feel me? You don't know me more than I know myself. You just know what you've been studying. You don't know me. But yeah, man, to know yourself is everything. But to go out somebody else advice to fix you and repair you and patch yourself up, you don't know nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna have you keep going down those same walls. You understand what I'm saying? Even for example, bro. I mean, yeah, they could bring you to the water, but you'll sit there and you'll say, "Oh, what would you do if you was in a situation?" Hell no, I'm not asking you because I ain't you, and you ain't gonna deal with their rewards or consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, and I'm gonna leave it on this note. It be some days, bro, my phone would die and I'm on Google Maps and I'm trying to get to this location and I could go find a plug anywhere. You know what I do? I go inside myself and use my inner compass and it gets me there every time. Every time. Long as I focus and I'm quiet. You feel me? So I just wanted to let this be known about utilizing your inner faculties and realizing that the limit that you setting for yourself, you could push way past that. You know what I'm saying? And this is all about if you're trying to raise your vibration or if you're trying to stay the same. The only way to raise your vibration truly is to put the pieces in place. Not put the pieces in place that somebody placed in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's they puzzle pieces. You got to find a puzzle piece within you. So I just wanted to go ahead and make this video because sometimes, you know, when you don't have the confidence, you probably don't have access to go buy the bottle neither. So you got to find a confidence within you. And when you're looking for that peace of mind, that inner peace, you can't always run to a blunt. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with your inner world and set up your boundaries and, you know what I'm saying, move differently in your inner world. If you're looking for that real peace, that real true peace, you understand what I'm saying? You're not going to find it in no blunt. That's temporary. You want it long term. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was basically saying. Like, realize what you have inside you eternally. And then you'll realize you'll spend less time, energy, and money trying to utilize what's outside you to elevate what's going on within you. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I ain't want to be no chatty pat. I just want to chop it up and let you know or speak about, the inner works, man. Work on your inner works. It's all about the inner reservoir, man. It's, you know what I'm saying? Everything outside you is just a tool, just like money. It's a tool. Money is a tool. You understand what I'm saying? But if you let money be the tool that help you adjust everything in your life, like I said, money's outside you. You're going to go underwater. But once you make that adjustment within yourself and realize how to utilize money righteously, like what Young Dolph said, you see this device in my hand? Well, you can make $1 million off this bitch if you use that shit right. And every day, rest in peace to Young Dolph, but he living in my head rent free off that quote. If you learn how to use this iPhone, you can make $1 million off here. I don't know no Young Dolph songs like that at all, dog. I'm gonna be real, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't even know none of the songs he famous for. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think. I never really bumped Young Dolph like that, dog. I mean, I bumped him, but you know what I'm saying? Only song I remember really is Preach. You heard me? Preach. And that's what we gonna do, dog. We gonna speak that church, dog. The real collection plate is you paying yourself first before you pay attention to anything outside you, because it's really gonna cost you. But if you pay attention to what's going on inside you, it ain't gonna cost. Y'all send me. Man, like, share, comment, subscribe. Throw something on the Cash App if you feel lovely enough just to do so. And if not, a like will be just enough of love. Y'all send me. You hear me? But yeah, man, go within yourself, man. Use that inner reservoir because sometimes, like I say, it's some things outside us that we used to run to, and you can't always run to it. So you got to go within yourself, and that's how the butterfly was able to hatch out of the cocoon. It went within itself. But see, the caterpillar wanted to stay out all day, so it never went into the cocoon. That's why you see a lot of caterpillars, big and juicy. And that's why you see some butterflies always getting hated on. So stay fly, baby. Stay beautiful.